Welcome to part 4 of Just Another Day in Paradise. In part 3, you'll remember we had lots of little fiberglass and gel coat repairs being done all over the boat. All the decals and stripes were being sanded off. The fiberglass dinghy bottom had been repaired as needed, now sanded and prepped for bottom paint. And the rudder has been completely refabricated and ready for final shaping. And now we're getting down to final details like moving the pads the boat was supported on and touching up the bottom paint, and sanding of the hull, getting it ready for polishing. And I think some of you were actually under the impression we had Sophisticated Lady repainted because it looked so good in some of the final pictures you've already seen, but we never did. All we did was we sanded down all the gel coat. This boat's almost 20 years old, has very thick, high quality gel coat, and we fixed all the little nicks and dings and scratches and scrapes and had it all sanded down smooth and then final polished, and it came up really, really nice. While that goes on, we move inside the boat where you can see the guys are buried in the aft cabin service areas, refitting the rudder control systems and autopilot, getting ready to refit the new rudder. And as you can see, the rudder is a work of art in itself. They did a beautiful job reshaping and remanufacturing the whole thing. It's back in place and as good as new and stronger than ever. And during final inspections on the hull, it was noticed that there was a bit of moisture and corrosion marks coming down from where the keel is stepped to the hull. Upon closer inspection, we found that there was about a 1/16 inch gap at the trailing edge of the keel, obviously where the keel bolts had stretched out a little bit over so much time and so much weight under suspension. So this is normal after having been in the water for so many years, but it was decided to grind out the whole keel joint so that we could reseal the entire thing properly after retorquing all the keel bolts inside the boat. So back topsides, things are taking shape nicely. The guys are getting the decals all laid out and ready for application. The new bottom stripe's been painted on, and everything's starting to come together nicely. And back at the dinghy, it's getting all the love that it needs as well. The guys are finishing up the second coat of bottom paint, and it's pretty much ready to go back in the water. And for Sophisticated Lady, it's the moment of truth. All projects are complete and she is looking spiffy, as you can see. The only thing remaining is the application of the coach roof stripes, but the lady is itching to get her keel wet, so we're going to do the final details all at the slip. Thank you, sir. And back in the slip, Lucky was happy to be back on board and back supervising all the action on deck as we wrapped up all the finishing touches with Sophisticated Lady's new decals and cosmetics. So as you can imagine, it's great to be back on the water. And as you can see, there's a huge cruising community down here, and that's something I think a lot of you are starting to pay attention to, is there's a lot of people who just sold off everything, moved onto a boat, and sailed off to do something different and live a better, simpler life. So this is something I've been thinking about starting a spin-off series to Just Another Day in Paradise, kind of a day in the life of, and focus on people in the sailing and cruising community that have left everything behind and now just live on a boat. Thought it would be interesting to see the mix of different personalities and individuals, families, people that are out here, and how they came to be here, what it took for them to get here, are they happy with their decision, would they do it again, and what advice they give people thinking about doing the same thing. So I'd be interested in your feedback, see what you think of an idea like that, and if you think it's something of interest or not. So leave me a comment below and let me know. So this one will end the haul-out portion of Just Another Day in Paradise, and as we make new episodes this coming year, we'll be covering everything from anchor selection and replacement, electronics, gear reviews, installation tips, common maintenance and repair projects, so stay tuned, and if anything in particular you'd like to see, just let us know. That's all for now. See you out there.